Hey everyone, welcome to the Anderson Bros Outdoors. I'm Jake, and today we're going to go on a Cash Days comp crawl, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back. As I said, my name is Jake. Today we're going to go over a Cash Days comp crawl. So I have a few recordings from the latest competition that I held. It is Class 2, essentially, with a couple of rules, but we'll get into that in a minute. So there's a couple of runs that I'm going to showcase. One of the runs is mine. One of the runs is one of my friends. I will have all of the runs released at some point. It's a very large file. It takes a long time to edit and upload. So I'm going to do a couple of runs at a time, and I'm going to go through these runs and talk about them as I do it, so that way we can all learn from it. I'm not going to disclose who the run was. Obviously, the person that ran knows, and the people that were there know. But outside of that, this is all about learning and having a good time. So with that being said, the rules are pretty simple. I'll leave a link in the description below. You have to have 6 scale items. You can't have more than 2 of the same thing. So for example, if you have 4 shackles and you want to count those as scale items, you can only count 2 of the 4. Same for anything else. If you have 4 gas cans, you can only count 2 of the 4. You have to have 6 scale items. Metal items such as bumpers and sliders count as scale items. Each bumper counts as 1 scale item. Metal sliders for a pair is 1 item, so that's 3 scale items. If you have a Vanquish F10 axle with a diff plug in the back, that's a 4th item. A winch would be a 5th item. And we'll just say you have a roof rack, so that's 6 items total. You're ready to come comp in the Anderson Bros Outdoors Cash Days. The other rules include the body from the A pillar to the B pillar has to be 4 1/4 inches from top to bottom. So from right here to right here needs to be 4 1/4 inches, and from right here to right here needs to be 4 1/4 inches. The reason for that is we don't want any super angled skids. This is a fun comp. We're trying to make the rules as fair as possible to all of our competitors. I don't want the local competitors spending thousands of dollars on a comp truck and only to have to turn around and buy a different comp truck because we have these really crazy cheater builds. The series is all about having fun and enjoying the hobby. Now there's a couple of other rules. You can run any tires you want as long as they're between 4.2 and 4.75 inches and no pin tires. So megalithics and the Sorka rules don't really apply. However, there's really not a huge advantage in terms of tires that we've seen to date. It's mostly about the driver. There are instances where you do want to bring different tires, but I'm not going to get into that in this video. We're giving everyone the opportunity to run what you want. Outside of that, it's relatively straightforward. There's no other real rules per se. The gates are minimum 12 inches wide, just like the Sorka rules for Class 2, and the point system is like golf. You want the lowest score possible. If you progress a gate cleanly, you get a -2 points. If you hit one of the gates, you get 10 points. If you hit both gates, you get 20 points. Gates are always live, so if you come back and hit a gate that you had already progressed, it does count. Winching is 5 points. Reverse is 1 point. A rollover is 5 points. A reposition is 10 points, meaning if you have to physically pick the truck up and move it, you have to move it to the last gate progressed or the start line if you haven't progressed a gate yet, and you get 10 points for it. And then finally, a breakdown is 10 points, and you get 10 minutes to fix your truck. We're trying to accommodate the series and make it as fun as possible. Each truck is a $20 buy-in. You can run 2 trucks for a total of $40, and you can actually re-buy in with both of those trucks if you don't like the scores. The rebuy-in cost is $40 per truck, so you're looking at $120 if you buy in with both trucks and then rebuy with both trucks again. And the purpose of this is to give everyone an incentive to do the best that they can. Now, unfortunately, in a lot of instances, that also makes you nervous and have a lot of anxiety. We are also looking at starting a second class for Class 2 for amateurs, and the rules for that are going to be released here very soon. First, I'm getting some feedback on the rules to make sure that the community is going to like them. But really, this series is about having fun and enjoying the hobby, like I said. 100% of the proceeds go to the top 3 finishers. The first place gets 80% of the pot, second place gets 15%, and then third place typically gets their money back if they enter 1 truck. With all of the rules and stuff being explained, we're going to jump into the first run and get started. So here we have the first competitor. I did forget to say that there is a 6-minute time limit to run all 10 gates and the bonus. We dropped that from 10 minutes last year to 6 minutes this year, and it's been a lot more successful. This first gate's really challenging. Gate 6 and 8 are also really challenging. You can see on the left side of the screen here we have a boundary line. If you hit the boundary, that's an additional 10 points as well. There were a lot of people that tried to winch this gate from this position, and they were not successful. So not only did they hit a gate, but they also get 5 points for winching. So a total of 15 points, technically 13 once they progress the gate. But that's a pretty big deficit to climb out from on gate 1. Here we're having a conversation about winches. Benny prefers the kinetic winch. However, the kinetic winch is not very good because
where's Tim?
Once you pass the initial pressure of it, you really lose tension of that winch. So having a mechanical winch like what this driver has here is the way to go. Unfortunately, it does take a lot of time though, so you have to be very cautious with your winches. Gate 1 is progress. We're moving on to Gate 2. Gate 2 is a challenge. It's a breakover challenge. It's really about that there, using wheel speed. Unfortunately, he did not have enough wheel speed in this instance to clear Gate 2 without hitting it. However, he did progress.
Just did. I heard it. Everybody here heard it. That part.
Gate 3 is relatively easy. This is the perfect approach angle for it. It's really just a matter of letting your tires catch traction and crawling over it.
These aren't the sandpaper rocks we were just
Gates 4 and 5 are in a V-crack. They're relatively easy as well. Gate 4 is really easy. Gate 5 is a little more challenging. You do have to progress through this boulder field to get to it.
He hasn't reversed yet. No, I haven't reversed yet. It sounded like it, so I was maybe just following.
There's many options or lines for this specific gate here. You can see that he is bound up pretty good. The actual line that was the most successful is to stay high on that rock with the arrow gate on it and barely pass the arrow gate with your driver's side front tire, and you're able to get through it very cleanly. As you can see, he's on the line and drives out of the line, and he catches another reverse here. The other line to get through this gate is to dump right, come around, and go up it. Unfortunately, the driver doesn't take that line and uses a winch. However, he is successful with the winch and progresses the gate with no gate touches. So he receives 3 points for that. 5 points for the winch, negative 2 points for the gate, and now we're on to Gate 6. Gate 6 is very challenging. The gate probably should have been a little wider, but we can't make it too easy for everyone.
I don't know why you put that gate there, Dalton. I didn't do these. We all hate you currently, too.
There really was no good way to progress this gate besides just shoot it off the ledge and hope that you didn't hit anything. Unfortunately, in this instance, the driver did hit one of the gates, and now we're progressing 7. 7 is pretty easy. And then after 7, you can hit the bonus. The bonus is really a challenge for descent. A lot of trucks are only built to ascend and not descend, and this descent was actually pretty hard for some of these drivers. Checking out those beautiful red KMC wheels there by Vanquish. progressed the bonus, however we hit one. The bonus is a negative 10 points, so that gate does not count. Gate 8 is probably the hardest gate besides 6, and he hit both of those, unfortunately. Gate 9 was a challenge for a lot of people. However, if you took this line, you didn't really have any problems. The perks of going not first are that you can see line selections and make your own decisions. So, Gate 10 was relatively easy, and boom, there it is.
So, we got a winch stick here.
One of a kind.
One of a kind.
Intermission.
Here, hold on.
Elephant.
Take a look at it.
Got some lions.
Some snakes.
We got some giraffe print.
It did. It did came out of Africa.
Yeah.
Straight out of Africa.
Not gonna get a winch stick like that at
Yeah,
Walmart.
no. Definitely not.
No.
Alright, so this is my second run here. We did start the time. As I stated, Gate 1 is pretty much not doable, so I just took that gate to keep going. Moving into Gate 2, that is how most people were able to progress it cleanly with wheel speed. And then Gate 3, I do have a brazen front line on this truck, and so it does have a much higher angled skid, or forward angled skid, than the regular VRD Carbon, so I was able to progress that gate with no issues. Moving on to Gate 4. Again, I don't think anybody hit this gate. You can't have every gate being extremely hard with the 6-minute time limit, otherwise nobody's going to finish the course. We are on the right line here. Unfortunately, my front does not grab, and the rear does and tries to pull the front over the back. So we do lose the line, and we have to dump it to the right. This is the line that once was figured out, everybody used if they had the same problem. You simply go down, turn around, come back up, and you're able to hit Gate 5 without having to progress 4 again. Unfortunately, that line does put you at a strange angle for progressing the gate, and I did hit one of the gates on this run. Now, this is my second run. My first run was not recorded, unfortunately, and the first run that I had was the winning run, so it is what it is. We tried to shoot it off Gate 6. We hit one, unfortunately, and moved to Gate 7. From 7, we go to hit the bonus. And the key on this bonus is to keep that rear passenger tire on the outside of that rock. You see how it's up high? We want it to be on the driver's side of that rock, so once it drops down, boom, that's where I want it, so that way it doesn't hit that gate on the right side or the passenger side. Again, the key there is descent. Make sure your truck is not popping up and over and hopping and hitting a gate.
Hit the gate.
I'm getting heckled here a little bit because Gate 8 is not staying where it should be, so Chaz is holding it. My first run, I just hit Gate 8. I hit the top. However, I tried to progress this one cleanly since I already touched too many gates. I was not able to do that and hit one of the gates at 8. Gate 9 should have been an easy gate. I progressed it very easily. Unfortunately, my NSDRC servo is too powerful and moved the whole truck into the gate, so be very cautious with your steering. And boom, we have progressed the final gate. Now, with that being said, this is the last run I'm going to showcase in this video. I will have more. I believe we have 10 more runs or so to showcase. Again, I'll release all of the footage raw at some point within the next few weeks, so that way you can watch the runs end to end or back to back. Huge shout out to Chaz, by the way, for recording all of these runs. I think Keagan and Jacob recorded some of them as well, so huge shout out to you guys for doing that. It helps tremendously for learning experience and revisiting those runs to, kind of see what you could do better or do differently, I guess. With that being said, we had a really good time. I was able to take first place at this comp. Mark, which we'll showcase in the next video, took second place, and then Benny took third place. Again, we'll showcase those two runs in the next video if we have them, and we will talk about them. We really appreciate it if you made it this far. Huge shout out to the TABO club members, and as always, we hope you have a great day.